So we are finally getting out of the house on a little mini getaway down to the Isle of Wight for a few nights for a friend's wedding. And of course we're taking the girls. So I thought I would make kind of like a vlog style video for you all so that you can see the kind of planning that goes into this. Just to maybe give you a few hints and tips, but also just to show you how we kind of set our girls up for success. 2 out of the 3, they're easy. It's little D, Daphne, who needs a little bit more prep. So I thought I would vlog it and put a video up for you guys to watch and see the ridiculousness that is a trip away with 3 dogs in the Dow household. So our planning actually starts 2 or 3 days before we plan to actually go on holiday, because I want Daphne's little bucket to be as empty as possible. I want her to be as relaxed as possible. I don't want big, busy, difficult days for her leading up to going somewhere new. So for 2 or 3 days leading up to leaving, we'll just be chill. We're not going to be doing any high arousal games or training, no walks, basically everything that we can do to get her nice and chill before the exciting. Planning for me is key, and a list really helps me to do that. Normally I'll sit down and do the bulk of the list, and then over the next few hours other little things will just pop in and I'll come back and add to it. So I'll give you a look at my list. It's not exhaustive. I know I did go back and add a few things afterwards because I did this about a day before, but a list absolutely helps me because then I can just tick off every single thing as I pack it and double check it again before we leave the house. Now we are the night before we're going away, and I'm starting to get the girls' things together from the epic list that I put together. So I've got an array of different shoes for them because it's going to be a lot of change, lots of activity. So especially for Daphne, it's super important that I have lots of different shoes there so she can chew as much as she likes. So I've got, that's more than enough shoes for like a couple of weeks, but I don't want to be without. I've got their lickety split mats and their peanut butter, and the supplements are gone. The lickety split mats, I'll be packing all their yogurt and stuff tomorrow. I've got their first aid kits, I've got their pet remedy, I've got some probiotics in case we get some upset tummies from seawater. I've got Daffy's ear cleaner. I wouldn't normally take that, but it is allergy season and she's been having flare-ups with her ears. I've already measured out all their food. I've got the scale. I've got all their routine meds and some skin antiseptic there as well. Some poo bags in the back. And then I'll probably look at packing 1 or 2 of the little snuffle mats because I'm just not sure whether we have an enclosed garden or not for them to do a scatter feed out in the grass. So I'll probably take a snuffle ball and 1 snuffle mat, and then we'll just make do and rotate around. But this isn't even all of it. They're high maintenance travelers, and I'm a high maintenance mum, so it's a bit of an epic amount to pack, but oh well, we'll get there. Baggage inspection, very important, isn't it, Daffy? Redonkulous. So if we are just going away for 1 or 2 nights, then we will be putting here with no one, but we've got this automatic feeder that we set up, and we also have our little dog cat cam that we'll set up so we can check in with her because she spends 95% of her days in the one room in the house. So yeah, so that's what we're doing with Putty this time. Alright, so it is the day of our trip. It's a little bit early. You know I don't like being up early, but still we just need to basically plan for success today. So with Daphne, she can get a little bit car sick sometimes, depending on how anxious she is that day, because a lot of dogs do actually get car sick because they don't enjoy going in the car. They don't necessarily, thank you Pickle, they don't necessarily get true motion sickness like we do. So what I aim to do is if we're traveling late enough, I will actually feed them at least 2 hours before we're getting in the car, so that it's not all fresh and sitting in their stomach, hopefully starting to empty out. So that's not adding to it. But today we are leaving the house around about 10 a.m. and then getting on the ferry, driving down, getting on a ferry at 1:40, not going to arrive until after 2, and it'll be at least 4 o'clock until they're able to get out of the car and have something to eat. So they definitely need to have some breakfast before we go, otherwise they'll be absolutely starving. So that is the plan. I'm going to give the girls breakfast, and then I'm not actually doing any packing in their presence this morning. I'm going to put some nice soothing music for them, put them into the kitchen area, and I'll just shut them in there while we do last minute packing and also packing the car, because they don't need to be present for that. And most dogs, you all know that they know when you're getting ready to leave the house, and I don't need those arousal spikes stacking and stacking and stacking on a day when we are doing some traveling. I don't need that anyway. But to avoid that, I'll simply just give them some breakfast, and when we're ready to pack up the car and finish packing our things, I'll just pop them in the kitchen with their soothing music, which they are used to every single day anyway, but that way they don't need to see us in and out of the house, bringing things down the stairs, packing them into the car. They don't need that. They don't need to be present for that. They don't need that, a little bit of emotional roller coaster. So we're just not going to have them present for that part. And we are off, all packed up in the car, only 2 minutes later than planned, and we're about to go. Pickle is a super good traveler in the car, but she normally starts to whine when she needs to go to the toilet. So her little screaming noise in the back of the car was just because she was desperate to do a poop. But unfortunately we're in line to get on the ferry, bless her. So as soon as she got on the ferry, she laid one out, but that's fine. We were prepped with poop bags, picked it up within 5 seconds of it being on the floor, and it was a non-event. It is just part and parcel with traveling with dogs. On the ferry, we sit in the dog-friendly area, obviously, because dogs aren't allowed to stay in the car. Not that I would want to leave them down there anyway, with all the car alarms and all the smog and all the grossness down there. But when I've got them there, it is definitely a two-person job because Betty needs to be carried up and down the stairs. And but once we're settled, we just situate ourselves somewhere. Wherever we head straight there, and then basically our job from there on is just to DMT them. So every noise, nice treat, any dog going past, barking, blaring noises of the announcements, anything like that. For your 20-25 minute journey, I was constantly just marking and rewarding them for staying calm, sitting in position, not moving around. It was really, for me, I find it difficult to see how other people manage their dogs on ferries when they're clearly struggling, and then they're reprimanding them, rousing on them, tugging on their leads, when actually your dog is emotionally not okay. They need more support. They don't need negativity stacking onto their negative emotions that they're already having. But I was super, super proud of the girls, but you'll see that for yourselves. Good job, girls. Good girl. Nice. Good girls. Good job. Nice. Pickle. Good girls. Really good girls. Fresh off the ferry and exhausted. second full day in the cabin. I've literally just finished doing yoga and meditation, so I'm like really quite chill, as are the girls. So when we go away, we try not to leave the girls in like the cabin or the hotel for too long alone to start with, because definitely on the first day we didn't leave them alone at all. If we had to go out and get food, we didn't eat out anywhere the first day. We went in because we got a little kitchenette, as you can see, a little kitchenette here. We took them with us to the supermarket and we got some stuff that we could cook here and eat in. And then our first full day here, we left them here just for a couple of hours by themselves. They were really good. They were absolutely fine. Come home and they were all fast asleep, which was great. And then today we're actually going to a friend's wedding, so we'll be out for a good 8 to 10 hours total, but we'll be coming home halfway through to let them out for toilet and give them a snack and things like that. But we avoid as much as possible going somewhere new, and as soon as we get there, dropping them off basically and buggering off. We don't want them to just feel like they're in a new place and completely left alone. So that's how we've handled it this time, because we knew today it's unavoidable. We need to be out for a significant amount of time, but we've put those plans in place that Rob's already gone because he's in the groom's party. I'm here with the girls. We've been for a walk. We've had a really chill morning, which is great. Then I'll leave the house, and then halfway through the day we'll come back, let them out, so that I don't try to leave them for extended periods of time as soon as they've come to a new place, because it's just kind of setting them up to fail. Like, they're great in new environments, but I just don't like to put, especially after a day on the ferry and things like that, it wouldn't have been nice for them when even Betty was seeking me out, giving me her little cues, telling me that I just need a cuddle, please sit down and just give me some connection. So that's what we did that first night, and most of yesterday we just chilled, and that's why we're here to chill. We're not here to have a fast-paced holiday. We're here to chill, which is nice. So that is basically what we've been doing. The weather has been miserable, so we haven't been down to the beach. So hopefully tomorrow we'll get the girls down to the beach before we have to get back onto the ferry. But they've had fun just exploring all the gardens here and just chilling. You can see their little peas up on the bed. Actually, these two are on the couch, so they're living the best life. Fire's going behind us. It's perfect. It's been really good.